Happy Juneteenth, my black people. Hey, yo, black men, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to us about black women. And understand when I refer to black women, I'm talking about all black women, cis, trans, queer. You see, white supremacy has done a number on us. And fuck white supremacy. We have to dismantle and abolish it. White supremacy and capitalism has forced and continues to force trauma on us. It continues to steal and block us from the healing that we need. And while I have empathy, it doesn't excuse us from taking responsibility for the hurt we cause black women. I'm not exempt, and I will continue to fight to be better. You see, inherent in white supremacy is anti-blackness and toxic masculinity and colonized patriarchy, a system that elevates men and marginalizes and targets women. Sad thing is that white supremacy is so pervasive in American culture that white supremacy is present when no one is around, when white people are nowhere to be found. And it leads to internalized anti-blackness. Right now, the assault on us is higher than it's ever been because white supremacy is hanging on by its fingernails and fighting tooth and nail to maintain its power. We have to keep on fighting. Our leaders are being targeted. We have to protect our leaders at all costs. Who are our leaders? Black women. And when I say women, again, understand that I mean all women. Cis, trans, queer, incarcerated, those who are differently abled. They're being attacked from all sides. They're most often targeted and marginalized. They are our community builders and culture keepers, and that's why. They're our organizers, our accountability. And because they threaten our ego and what we see as power, they too often need protection and liberation from us. See, we can love someone and hurt them. We often hurt those we love the most. So this isn't just about loving. It's about radically shifting our culture towards care and dismantling patriarchy, misogyny, sexism in our communities and our own internalized anti-blackness that we perpetuate. We have to hold each other accountable. We're at a unique time, a tipping point in our history where oppressive walls are tumbling and crumbling and burning. Aim to liberate black women from the oppression from outside and inside our communities, from the oppression we cause ourselves. If your liberation is focused on black men, you're choosing to leave specific oppressive systems that target black women that don't target men in place. If your fight does not focus on the most intersectionally oppressed, you're doing it wrong, and you're not fighting for true liberation. As we're fighting to defund and abolish the police, if we're not fighting to build something better, as we're fighting to abolish white supremacy, if we're not fighting to build something better, we might end up worse than we were. If we do not keep our women in mind in that fight to build new, build better systems, we will not build a healthy, liberated community. We will all remain fucked up if black women are not the focus of our liberation. All black women. And that goes for everyone. I might be addressing black men right now, but that rule goes for everyone. Fight alongside, support, and protect our true leaders. Black women liberators, all black women, especially our radical abolitionist leaders. See, Juneteenth is here, and it's a day to mourn together, acknowledge the brutal history and our ancestral and present wins. Celebration, joy, healing, together. It's a reminder that when we fight, we win. We know that no oppressor, no white president ever woke up and had a change of heart and gave us anything. We haven't ever been given our freedom. We worked, we organized, we identified comrades and accomplices outside of our community to strategically build coalition. We risked our lives, we fought, we forced their hand, and we won. And Juneteenth shows us that piece of paper, the Emancipation Proclamation, is not the thing that we celebrate. We celebrate the work of hardcore abolitionists, radical folks who worked with Harriet Tubman, who didn't settle for most of us being free, who even 3 years later fought to ensure that those to the furthest reaches, even Galveston Island in Texas, right close to where I grew up, were free. What Juneteenth teaches us is that we don't stop until all of us are free. Abolition is key, and we still have work to do. See, if one of us is in bondage, all of us are in bondage. All of our liberation is linked together. No Black woman left behind. Let's work harder than ever on that. Make sure you mean it when you say all Black lives matter. We have to organize to protect our communities, our leaders, our women, our children, our girls, and show radical love for our communities. Fight for community-based systems now more than ever, because they are coming at us with everything they got. But they can't stop this train. It's already in motion, moving full steam ahead, and it'll bulldoze anything in its path. This movement moves with or without you. What side of history do you want to be on? See, the credit for these concepts I learned, this framework for our activism, I learned it from Black women. The Combahee River Collective, queer Black women liberators, and folks like Kimberly Crenshaw, Angela Davis, Dr. Melina Abdullah, Patrice Cullors, Mary Hooks, Tia Osho, and the list goes on and on. And as always, we like to close out with the words of Assata Shakur. It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to win. We must love and support one another. We have nothing to lose but our chains. Ashe.